Okay guys, I'm going to do an update on the 51. So, front clip is still sitting out here, still rusty, got most of the dents out of it, so now we can start getting it ready to do some body work on. The hood has been done primer black, and that dent actually just got put in it when I moved it. And I haven't done anything with the doors. And we'll walk over here. My new to me engine stand. And we'll go over the frame. So the IFS is pretty much all in. I got the springs cut, so it brings the height of it back down, so it's not sitting there looking like a gasser. And I think I'm going to put airbags in the front, just to make it a little nicer. Still got to rebuild all the rubber pieces, finish welding in my plate there, and grind off all the ugly. And finish stripping the frame down, take the brake off. We're actually going to use the factory brake spot, but we're going to swap it out and put the new style brake with a booster on it, since we got disc brakes now, so we'll need the booster. And we got to get the motor mount spots welded in. I'm assuming that they're going to go probably right in here somewhere. Obviously on the C10s the mounts sit there, but that's not going to work for our application. I just got to get these the rest of the way off. And I'm going to piss every single hardcore restorer off, because we're going to cut these running boards about right here. And we're going to get rid of that, because that's where the cab sits at the back. So we're going to cut them straight across there. And I'm going to cut my keg in half, and we're going to run big rig style fuel tanks on both sides of the flatbed, and then we're going to use that keg for a cover. So it should look pretty cool when it's done. The rear's in. And we got to go through and plate the frame pretty much all the way down. So we were flexing it around, and I don't like how much it moves around, and once it's got a big block sitting in it, it isn't going to make any sense to not have it boxed in. It'll be safer. And I found a tow hitch at the junkyard for free. So I'm going to cut it down a little bit and mount it into the frame there. And that'll stiffen the rear of the frame up even more. And before we box it in, we're going to paint and treat everything. Get the frame all painted up nice, and run the brake lines inside the frame, front to back, so that it's cleaner when you look under it. Same thing with the emergency brake system. We're going to reuse the factory stuff there, but we're going to use our cables from these brakes and run them up to that. So instead of it being this, there'll be a bar that runs back to here, and then our cables from that system will go in there. A little bit of old and new. Then as far as steering, I haven't decided what we're doing on that yet. I don't really want to use the tie rod steering. I'm thinking I may try to find electronic power steering for it. Go a little bit more modern with it. Okay. And the cab. She's finally in here in the dry cover. So as you can see, I've got all the bad floor cut out. And the rest of the floor on the back there actually wasn't in bad shape, so we're going to go with it. And then down here you can see I tried to cut as straight across as I could. All along this line. Try to give myself somewhere decent to work with. And I'll tack in some braces all across here. And then we'll run a sheet down on that angle there, straight down. I've got a little more rust cut out there. And then we'll set it up so we can do the rest of the floor paint after that. And it may seem a little backwards, but we're going to do it all as one piece all the way across. And then once I've got the motor and everything kind of built and set where I want it, then we'll go in and cut the trans tunnel out. But I'm hoping that I have clearance that I can drop the motor a little lower in the frame and the trans a little lower in the frame and not have to put a tunnel in it. Just kind of clean the look up. And then we're gonna plate all the holes off on the dash and get ourselves some gauges for it. And I'm gonna try to reuse the factory heating box and just rebuild everything in it with, you know, obviously new heater core and newer fan that'll run 12 volt and all that good stuff. I'm going to take my chrome out. And I'm thinking we may use this chrome Chevy bezel here and clean it up. We'll clean the chrome up, we'll repaint all the letters black, and then this lower part here that isn't chrome we'll paint probably to match the truck. And then of course the chrome there will leave. I'm going to take the mechanism out for the lock there, and it's going to get a hidden button to open it so it smooths. So basically what I want is this whole dash to look completely smooth, with the exception of the chrome and the gauges that are going to go in it. And then as far as the top, has a lot of surface rust but nothing serious. So I'm going to go through and sand it all off and get it cleaned up and get a custom headliner to go in it. And then of course the back area here will be painted to match the truck. The light will be taken out and we'll put a newer style one in it that's a LED light. And then it'll be just working the body, getting it ready to get some paint on it. And I gotta replace this piece of glass here because it's cracked. This one's okay, but I may just replace them both. The only piece of glass on the whole truck that I know for a fact is not getting replaced is the back window. And it's the only piece of glass that's still in perfect shape. And that's pretty much the update for now. We're gonna, like I said, I'm gonna smooth all this stuff out. All that's coming off. All these holes are getting welded up and smoothed off. This is gonna get moved because I'm not gonna have this controller valve here anymore, and it won't matter for this. So all of this is gonna come out of there. This will probably stay unless I can find a nicer unit to go inside, in which case that'll get smoothed out too. And we are going to leave the air vent there because I like it. And that's pretty much it that I can think of right now. I'm going to try to, like I said, try to get some work done on this thing and hopefully be able to get another update video and get some more stuff going on in here.